Okay, so your Twinmotion is super slow. So first you're going to go to this little burger menu right here. You're going to go to Preferences. And in Preferences, go to Quality and hit Low for everything. Next, back in Settings, we're going to go to Probes Resolution. In Viewport, drop this down to 64. This makes your reflections in your viewport not so great, but you can see that the export is still quite high. So what you're seeing while you're working isn't going to be lovely, but the export is. We're going to do the same thing with the sky dome resolution. Viewport is going to drop down to low, keep export high. Next, in grass fading, I keep mine on near. This means you're pretty much never going to see the grass that you're working on, but your computer will actually work. However, if you're working on your vegetation, then you can bump this up to medium or far to see what it's actually going to look like, or you can do test renders of your captures, of your camera captures. And then once you're done with that, make sure that you put it back on near so that way things are working smoothly again. And I also go to save and I check auto save and I keep that at an interval of 30 minutes. This is up to you because it takes up to 10 minutes for these files to save, and so you have to balance how much work you want to redo if Twinmotion crashes. I have decided for me 30 minutes isn't great, but I'll live 15 minutes and I simply can't work because every 15 minutes I have to stop for 10 or more minutes to let it save. So that's up to you, and that should be great for that now. Also, if it does crash, you have to go to this file, this folder, in order to get your file back, because it does not auto-save to the original file that you saved. The next thing to do is how you import your models. So here in Rhino, I have this very complicated, so much geometry file. Now, if I hit synchronize, especially if I hit auto sync, then every single time I touch something in Rhino, it's going to change in Twinmotion. And that's great, but if I'm working on something in Rhino, then it's going to crash Twinmotion. It's going to be too much to sync, and we all know that the synchronize function isn't great. So I'm going to hit export 3D view and create a datasmith file. And this is actually what the almost all of the official troubleshooting facts and everything tell you to do, is use datasmith instead of sync. So I'm going to just take my, I already have it here, so I'm just going to save it again and hit yes. And then here in import, I'm going to go to geometry, open my datasmith file, choose keep hierarchy and import. I already brought this in, so this is up to you. Scene material automatically changes the things you've already changed in Twinmotion, but I'm going to use imported material because I want to start fresh. Okay, so now we have our geometry here. Now, if you change something in Rhino and turn off the surrounding buildings, then all you have to do is hit export 3D view again, go back to your original datasmith file and overwrite it. Now go back to Twinmotion, and here in your imported file there is a reimport item option, so just go ahead and click reimport item. And now we are all good, and it was so fast. It's so much faster than the sync. You know that you have those super long waiting times with the sync, and especially if it's auto sync, it can be a nightmare. Now lastly, we have the nuclear option. If things are still not working great, then you just want to start fresh. Your file is insane, and even when you start a new file, the size of the file is already huge and it's already slow. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your cloud library file. So mine is here. It's in my hard drive users Dusty documents. This will be the abbreviation of your own username. Documents Twinmotion 2021, and then Twinmotion Cloud Library. I'm going to delete that. I'm just going to completely delete the folder. Then in Quixel Cloud Library, I'm going to do the same thing. This is probably your issue if you're using Quixel Megascans, which is here. Then what happens is that Twinmotion loads every single file that you have downloaded into your file. So if you have clicked this button and downloaded these Megascans, even if you're not using it in this specific file, Twinmotion has loaded it. And so that's why the save file sizes are insane. Sorry for the dog. Now I'm going to show you that did not break anything. I'm going to close Twinmotion and reopen it. Okay, Twinmotion is open again, so we're going to go back to our cloud library, and even though I just deleted this folder, it's back, but there's nothing in this. It's a tiny folder, it's not slowing anything down, it's not gunking up the works. So those are all of the troubleshooting items that I personally know how to do. If you have any more, please tell me. These file sizes are huge and these files get so slow.